Of all the times I ever had to wake up early for travel purposes, this had to be the most rewarding experience that will forever be engraved in my heart. Hi, I'm Ash, and I'm about to share with you our day trip to the island of Nusa Penida. From what to expect and who to book with, so stick around for all the details. This impromptu excursion was booked the day before the trip, as we were told by locals that the island of Nusa Penida was the best spot for snorkeling and swimming with the manta rays. Nusa Penida is an island off mainland Bali and showcases some of the most amazing turquoise beaches and clifftop views. We were picked up at 6 a.m. from our hotel and chauffeured to the port of Sanur, where we took a ferry across to the island. Tickets to the island can be booked at the port through the many charter companies, but if you have a booked tour, your ticket would probably be included. The boat ride is approximately 45 minutes to the island and quite bumpy, so I suggest carrying nosy balls for safety. It's always best to go with a reputable tour company rather than an off-the-street vendor that will make big promises and big disappointments. But at the same time, you don't want a commercial experience. We use Discover Nusa Penida, and Wayan, who owns the company, is the best in the business. He was like a high-speed bullet train, and we had no choice but to get on or get left at the station. When we arrived at the jetty, he was waiting at the harbour to collect us and direct us to his snorkel boat. He has over 20 years experience in the tour industry and takes no more than 6 people on the boat at a time. He will ensure you have a personal experience throughout the tour, and his energy will keep you on thrilling edge throughout the experience. The company does both the snorkel tour and the island tour, which can be done in a day trip. Once you're on the boat, you're handed your snorkeling equipment and briefed, and then there's no turning back. Excuse the pun, but you either have to swim or sing. The nerves start to kick in, especially if it's your first snorkeling experience, but no snorkeling experience is the same, so the nerves are there anyway. The hype was all around finding the manta rays at Manta Bay, which is a well-known dive spot to swim with these magical creatures. You really don't know what to expect when you first see them. I mean, I've seen them at aquariums and on videos, but nothing can prepare you for the up-close and personal encounter. I literally felt my eyes pop from under my snorkeling mask and took in a big gulp of salt water, pushed myself to the surface and coughed my lungs out, but it was mesmerizing. Once I gained my breath, I couldn't get enough of watching them glide through the water. Be aware though, there is a lot of trash in the water from nearby islands that hinder the experience, but still awesome nonetheless. They do encourage you to do your earthly duty and remove some of the trash while at sea. A few more snorkeling spots are on the itinerary, like Wayan and Crystal Bay, where you'll get to see an array of tropical fish and the underwater beauty of colorful coral. The tour guides usually feed the fish to get them closer to you. The last dive spot is to find the turtles, however we were not so lucky that day. The entire snorkeling experience is usually around 3 to 4 hours, but Wayan is nuts and will keep you on the boat longer if the sea creatures are out for a show. Once we were back on land, we were ready for the second part of the tour, which consisted of lunch and the land tour. Lunch was served at a rural-style roadside restaurant where we were served traditional mie goreng, which means Indonesian-style noodles in a sticky, savory sweet sauce. The noodles were tossed with chicken and vegetables and topped with signature egg ribbons. The land tour consisted of 4 beautiful landmarks. We arrived at the parking lot packed with tourists and tour guides and followed a walking tour on a rocky pathway that took us to 3 of the 4 viewpoints. I suggest wearing close, comfortable shoes as lots of walking and climbing is a must. Polon Cliff and Broken Beach are next to each other along the pathway. Polon Cliff overlooks the beach, showing the crystal blue water that flows in and out of the rock form arch of the cove. The view is picture perfect and will leave a lasting memory. A few steps away is Angel Billabong, which is an enchanting natural wonder with the unique rock formations creating a natural infinity pool that overlooks the vast Indian Ocean. The weather was unforgiving and the humidity was savage, so make sure you have a cool towel and lots of water. Next up was Clifftop Beach. A visit to this breathtaking beach with its towering limestone cliffs and crystal clear turquoise waters is probably the most popular thing to do in Nusa Penida. It's packed with tourists on any given day and with everyone trying to get the perfect backdrop picture. It was time to head back to the harbour to catch a boat back to mainland, but we made a quick stop at Wayan's home to thank him and his family for the amazing experience. We definitely made a friend for life. I've added his details below, so if you're going to book a tour, please contact him. You will not regret it. To be honest, I can't even remember the trip back because as rough as the ride was, I snoozed all the way back. Overall, this adventure was a trip of a lifetime, and even if you got to go back one day, the first will always hold special memories for me. Over the next series of videos, I will be sharing our amazing honeymoon experience in Bali, from the swings to Seminyak. So if you enjoyed sharing this experience with me, hit the subscribe button to see more of my travels. As always, I was born to explore, and you can follow more of my content on TikTok, Instagram, and read all about my travels at www.ashventureblog.com.